Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 63. And we are going to take up right where we left off, which is day 7 in spring of year number 3. And you can see we're doing pretty good on our monies there. We got 178,000 in the bank, which is just great. That'll allow us to easily do anything that we come across that we want to do, because we don't have any huge expenditures. We just have lots of medium priced expenditures. You see Clint is making better friends. He's sending us gold bars in the mail, so that's kind of cool. So now we're going to do our regular morning chores, which I do every single day. And I did do a post on my community tab, which I encourage you to go check out. And I asked my subscribers, do you want to see these morning chores that I basically do every morning? And the vote was yes. In other words, don't cut it out, because I had seen other playthroughs where people had cut out the morning chores that they do every day. So maybe when they get to be more massive, I don't know, but at the same time, I automate my farm as quickly as possible to be efficient. Look at that, 4 iridium ore. And if you have not watched a previous episode, you don't know why we are being given iridium ore on a daily basis. So that's your fault, not mine. Go back and watch those previous episodes. There's lots of informative information there that you ought to check out. So I get excited. I shouldn't have done that in out of order, but I had gone up to water my kitty cat and I saw that ore and I was like, oh yes, how exciting is that? We now have 4 iridium bars, which is so cool. So I'm kind of reorganizing myself there, and I almost forgot to go water my kitty. It's like, oh no. And when I said water the kitty, that was a slip of the tongue, but I've actually watered my cat numerous times, and he doesn't seem to mind, so I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go over here, and now that it is spring, we do have to go down and pet all of our animals who are all over the field here, but I am one of those people that puts fences in to keep their animals kind of in the same area. That makes it much easier. And see, I didn't realize there was a dinosaur underneath my goat. And so I'm trying to wait till they get out of the way so I can milk the goat. But as I just found out, my other goat was already was able to be milked, so the other one can't be milked. So anyway, I run around and pet all of my animals. What I basically do to make this quick is hold my right mouse button down and hold my mouse close to where I'm going, and then it kind of pets all of the animals. And that is awesome. So guys, say good morning. And again, if you're new to Stardew Valley, you get higher quality products from animals who you have higher relationships with. And 5 stars is the highest that you can get. So we're going to go ahead in and check our milk here, put these new milk products in our cheese presses and get those cheeses out. And so that's awesome. Go into our coop and pick up all the eggs that our lovely animals have left us. And again, I don't want to hold those eggs in my hand because I might accidentally put them in the mayonnaise machine, which I don't mean to do that just yet. So put those eggs away, see what we've got the most of, and grab 3 eggs and pop them in our mayonnaise machines. And that's about how many machines I like to hang on to. That gives us 3 jars of mayonnaise each day. So anyway, we're just moving right on along. We go into our greenhouse every day and check it out. We've got some ancient fruits ready. So ancient fruits are so cool. We're saving them up. We're making new ones so we can eventually plant this up. And look at that. We now have 5 gold star ancient fruits. Now, if you haven't watched any previous episodes, you don't know why. That's very exciting. For those of you who've been following along, remember that the JojaMart got struck by lightning, and when we went back in to visit it after that had happened and went through the broken door, we found a Junimo in there, and he was saying that there was some missing bundle and that he wanted us to bring all these things to him, and that something, I don't know what was going to happen. It's like I have not played this part of the game for many years, maybe 5 years. I don't even know because I don't remember. So we're going to go find out what that's all about. So because I had non-gold star ancient fruit seeds, I put them through my seed maker, and we're going to go plant them in the greenhouse, which is where I choose to plant them. And as you can see, we have 7, and I think that might be just enough to fill up those empty spots. And perfect. awesome. So now we have 48 ancient fruit plants producing for us. So that is just awesome. I'm so excited about that. That's going to be a huge game changer in the future when we start processing those through the kegs there, making wine out of them. Then we're going to bring them to our cellar down here and process and age them in the cellar. It does take quite a while to do, but the profits, oh my goodness, it is astounding. So that becomes my big money maker and how I end up with lots and lots of money. So I don't go crazy. I don't plant or put wine kegs all over Stardew Valley like a lot of people do. I just don't, that's not a role-playing thing for me. It doesn't work for me. I don't put chests in the mine. I don't put chests in the quarry. You know, a lot of people do that, and you'll not see me do that. It's just not the way that I play. So anyway, back to our morning chores. You can see here that I have got one piece of cheese. I'm also trying to I need to get 5 pieces of seaweed and 5 pieces of green algae per fish pond that we are building on the farm. So I need to continue that particular quest of getting that, which is really proving to be quite a pain in the neck because I don't know, my fishing skill's so high. I should have been saving all that seaweed and all of that green algae. And if I had to start over again, that's what I would do because I didn't remember that I needed that. And now our fishing skill's high. We've got a great fishing rod. We've got, you know, it's a real problem. So, but we're working the problem. We're going to go throw the iridium cheese into the shipping bin. That's cool. And then I'm looking at the stuff I got for that mystery bundle, and I'm so excited to go find out what the Junimo has for us when we turn in the items for that particular quest that we have. So, and I don't think it's on the quest log. I just think it's something that he told us to do. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think it's on our quest log. It's just something that if we want that, kind of like the community center didn't have each thing. So the old JojaMart is right above where this where Clint's is, the blacksmith's, and you can see it's just a broken down junk pile. So we're going to go in here again, and there's the Junimo. There's the little stone where we're supposed to put the items. We had 5 out of the 6 items that we could use, and we had them all. And so we're just putting them all in there and going to see what we're going to get. I'm so excited because I did not remember at all what it was. It's like, oh, what did I forget? Oh, here it is. So I don't know what it is. Bundle complete. Okay, what is it? I can't wait to find out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, okay, I was waiting for something to happen. I was like, oh wait, maybe I need to click on the question marks at the bottom. I guess that's the answer to the question because nothing else is happening. So click, click, click. Nothing. So I finally clicked the X, and then the Junimo pops up and he's gonna say something. So I didn't know what was going to happen. So let's find out. Come on, little guy. This is so cute. All the others made it back except me. Okay. Now I can go home too. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome, little Junimo. Look at him waving. Bye. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh. I don't know. He left in an explosion of stars, so that's kind of cool. Something good will happen soon. Okay. And there you go. So apparently something good's going to happen. I went around to see if I can click on anything, and I cannot. So apparently something good's going to happen soon. So I don't know what it is. So that's okay. I thought, well, that's fine. We did pick up a daffodil while we were out and about. Or was it dandelion? I don't know. I can't tell them apart. Oh, I saw the little sparklies there. And I was trying to throw my fishing rod into the sparklies. Little bubbles is actually what they are. And you're supposed to get more better fish. I don't know. So anyway, I really just wanted to see what we could get because it's hard to pass up those little spots like that. Because sometimes you can get some really good stuff, but I honestly don't know what difference that it makes. But I don't like to pass it up if I can help it. I just got a a gray or silver star sunfish, I think it is. So no big deal. Again, really, I'm just trying to get some, at this point, green algae is what I'm trying to get. And it's like, okay, I'm glad we're catching the fish, but I'd like to not. But we'll take what we can get. We'll throw it in the shipping bin. Sunfish, that's what it was. Yep, and I'm still getting 1. 4 more. Okay, 1. So it's hard to, it's like I said, I think it's because it would have been smarter to have done this early on, saved what we had, but at the same time, we needed money so bad, so we were throwing it in the shipping bin. I think we were getting a little bit of money for it. But at the time, I just forgot. So, that's okay. It's no big deal. It just takes longer than it would have because we were getting more stuff like that early on. That's kind of along with trash. That's 2. We only need 3 more. So it's like, okay. And then I remembered, take the bait. I'm wasting bait. That is ridiculous. All that does is help the fish hang on, I think. Once you catch them, it helps them hang on a little bit. So 3. Awesome. Only 2 more to go. It's like, come on. Because then we can build another fish pond. I have to go home and get the stone, but what I'm doing, in case you haven't watched previous episodes, is I'm building fish ponds on the lower part of the farm down the very far south end. And you can put different fish in them and they kind of propagate themselves. So whatever fish you put, it multiplies. So let's say if you want a ton of eels, you would throw 1 eel in and they would multiply themselves. And what I'm doing now is I'm making coral. Coral is mixed with the oak resin to make deluxe speed grow, which makes your crops grow 25% faster. And at this point in the game, it's the best fertilizer for me. I mean, everybody's got their own reasons for why they need different fertilizers. That's the best one for me because it makes my crops grow faster, and it's called Deluxe Speed Grow. And you need a lot of coral to do that. I mean, I can keep going down to the beach, but I barely had enough coral to plant the area that I currently planted. And we're going to be expanding this planting area most likely the very next season. It will be expanded quite a bit. So, oh, great, that's 4, only 1 more. So we do need a lot of coral. So what I end up doing is throwing 1 coral in each of the ponds, however many we end up making, and then I'm able to put it, once it gets to 9 or 10, I guess, I pull out 9 of them, and then they continue to propagate themselves. So it's an unending supply of coral easily gotten, as opposed to trying to make it to the beach all the time or make it to the beach every time after it rains or something like that. So I just rather grow it myself. I had someone tell me that they just preferred to purchase Deluxe Speed Grow, which you can. However, I am the kind of person that I want to be self-sufficient on my farm. I do not want to have to continually buy seeds from Pierre's. I do not want to have to buy anything. I don't buy coal. I don't buy stone. I don't buy wood or anything like that. And you can buy all that stuff. That's a time saver, but to me, that's kind of more of a power gamer thing. And that's the opposite of what I am. If you will look at my channel, it's called Retired Geek Woman, and that's 5. Awesome. If you look at my video descriptions, it says Retired Slow Play. And I tell people that on purpose because this is a relaxed, I guess I learned a new term called chill game. I play in a very chilled manner. I want to enjoy the journey. I want to have fun with what I'm doing. I really don't like to do fighting. There's a little bit of fighting in this game, but not a whole lot. It's manageable. I just would rather enjoy the other things that I'm doing. And so I don't power game it. I'm not necessarily the most efficient player. There's some things that I kind of figure out along the way. There's some things I might check on the wiki. And by the way, there's links to helpful things in my descriptions, including the wiki, which I use that to help things like if I need to know where a certain NPC is, like I can't find them easily and I really need to see them for whatever reason, I can go to the wiki, look it up, and it tells me where they are. So I'll do things like that, but I do not purchase things that I can get myself. That's a rule I have for myself, and it's one reason why it takes me so long to play this game. One thing I wanted to mention for any new people that are watching, because I got a lot of new subscribers, and I want to thank you guys so much for your subscriptions. You have no idea how much that makes my day when I get up in the morning and I say, oh my gosh, I got a new subscriber. You're very important to me. So for you new subscribers, the whole goal of this particular playthrough of Stardew Valley is to reach 100% completion. Later on in the game, we're going to have a way to know how far along we are. We're not quite there yet, and that's okay. We're just going to keep right on playing until we can show you that, and then we'll just keep right on going until we're at 100%. I have never reached 100%. I have one save that is 11 years in game, and I think it's something like 87%. And so I decided that I wanted to share this game with you, and this is going to be the first time I will ever reach 100%. As you can see, I came down to the quarry. I wanted to mention this real quick, and I'm looking. There's so much things you can get. I got a diamond, as you saw. That is a $750 gold item that I just got in the quarry from cleaning up stones. And I also can get wood, and there was an artifact spot, and you can see the seeds mixed seeds that we got there. So I come down here once in a while to get resources, and I thought today would be a good day. I'm leaving these small tree seedlings there because I want them to mature into full trees, which I can come down, chop down another time. I don't seem to have a shortage of wood right now. We seem to be doing pretty good on that. So again, I'll just come back another day and pick them up. While I'm kind of putting resources away, I do want to mention again the links that I do have in all of my video descriptions. Aside from the wiki that I mentioned, I also have the official Stardew Valley webpage, which is stardewvalley.net. And that's where you can read about all kinds of things, the development of the game, anytime there's going to be updates and things. And this game, after 7 years, is still being updated. They had a huge 1.5 update that added a whole new landmass, new characters, new quests, new farm area. I mean, just all kinds of stuff, which is insane. And so you can learn about that there. There's also the official Stardew Valley forums, and there's links to this down in the description, and that is absolutely invaluable. I would highly recommend, if you're going to play this game, that you go to the forums. If you don't have an account, create one, and you can talk to the amazing community that is there. I absolutely have relied on them for years to help me play this game, help me figure things out that I couldn't figure out on my own, which is a lot. So I highly encourage you to go check that out. And if I see you, if you do that and you want to make a post, mention me, and I'll be sure and say hi to you and welcome you. It's hard for me to talk to my subscribers via the YouTube channel, but I can certainly talk to you on the forums a lot easier. I also have links in my descriptions and on my main part of my channel, so that you can email me anytime you have questions. The other thing I wanted to mention while we're on the subject of my channel and putting things away here is that there's a couple of tabs on my main channel for my YouTube channel. One is called the community tab. On the community tab, I post all kinds of things. I post posts for my subscribers when I'm trying to get answers to things to help me with my direction and my design and things like that. So you can go look for those. I do those. I'm sorry, polls. I said the wrong thing. I was talking about doing polls and things. So you can vote for things. I have posted images or pictures of my beautiful new kittens and descriptions about them and things like that. I post all kinds of things, and lately I've been trying out a video which is a preview of upcoming videos for the following week. So if you would like to see some previews of what's upcoming, go to my community tab and check out those videos. So I post them there first, and then of course they show up on my channel, but I want you to be able to know how to easily get to them for my subscribers. Also on the community tab will be announcements when there's going to be a change, such as if I'm going to add a game, if I'm going to pause a game. So for instance, I started a Skyrim playthrough, and per usual, I got to a place where I was starting to I get bored with it. So in the past, I just stop, and then a year or so later, I create a new playthrough. Well, I'm not going to do that on the playthrough that I'm doing for my channel. I'm pausing it and then I'll get back to it. So when I come back to it, I'm going to come back to the same game and continue on from there. So when I make a change like that, it will be an announcement on my community tab. So keep an eye on that. I think it's a real good idea for you if you're wanting to follow along with my channel. The other thing to check is the About tab. The About tab is, I have on there my upload schedule. So at the time of this video that you're watching this video, I am uploading Stardew Valley on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Central. I'm sorry, 11 a.m. Eastern American time, and on Wednesdays 11 a.m. American Eastern time I'm doing a game called Kenseed. And then my information, questions, polls, and things on the community tab are on the weekend, usually on Saturday. I wanted you to see that I just tossed in a coral into that pond. I also took that coral, made a sign that I stuck on the edge of the pond, and I clicked a sign with the coral in my as the highlighted inventory, and it put a picture of the coral there so I can tell what's in the fish pond. So I'm sorry that I was rambling on before that happened. And look here, look at the Junimos. What are they doing over here at the JojaMart? The old JojaMart. So something happened. It said something would happen. Apparently something did. So very interesting. Look at that. 10,000 overnight. Dinosaur mayonnaise. Those dinosaur mayonnaises have been racking up, and I didn't realize that because they were down in the bottom part of my inventory. I wasn't seeing them. So I was like, how silly of me. But that's great. We had 9, so we had over 10,000 gold in one night show up. So that was kind of cool. So anyway, something happened to the JojaMart. Don't know what it is. It's obviously a rainy day because that's when the kitty stays inside. So we run around and give our kitty some love. And look at that. We are up to 188,000 gold right now. And hello there, Harvey Jr. Good morning. When you click on your babies in their crib, you can sometimes throw them in the air. I guess for some reason I couldn't. Don't know why. So what I did the night before is I grabbed the 200 stones so that when we're done with our chores this morning, we can run up and see Robin about building our second fish pond. So I haven't decided for sure how many we're going to build. Previous play, I did 4 of them. 3 of them were coral, and then 1 of them, whatever fish I was wanting to have in there. You can, the fish create what's called roe, and you can take that roe and age it, and you can sell it, and it's a decent revenue stream. What I generally do is save those up. But we'll see what we're going to do on that. I'm not 100% sure, but it's really nice if you have one of a particular kind of fish, but you want to propagate it and make a whole bunch more, then you can throw them in a fish pond. And I know a lot of people do that. There's also some other reasons to have different kinds of fish in your fish ponds, depending upon the kind of fish. Some of them make your fish, the water, a specific color. So it's kind of a fun decorative thing. I use it more for the roe and try to figure out which the most expensive or most valuable roe and put the fish in it that's going to give me the most money if I do one. So I haven't decided yet. So right now we're going to work on these first 3. Obviously we need a whole bunch of green algae and seaweed. So we are got a lot of work cut out for us to get that. As you can see, it seems to take me a couple of game days at least to save up enough. So all right, so we got our morning chores done in the barn and the coop. And you can see I didn't bother getting my watering can because when it's raining like this, it fills the cat's bowl already. So I'm kind of getting things organized on what's going to be sold, what's going to be. I'm going to put the cheeses down into the cellar. And do we have anything ready? And the answer is no, nothing's ready. So just kind of looking at my beautiful areas there. I'm so excited about those ancient fruits. You're going to see some cool stuff happening with that in the near future. So let's run down to the cellar real quick with our cheeses and see if we've got anything ready. And nothing's ready, so we're going to put the cheeses in the chest. And you can see we've got all kinds of wines ready. Wines take quite a long time. To age wine from a no-star wine to an iridium quality wine, it actually takes 56 game days. So that's obviously a really long time. And especially when I'm starting out here, I'm going to be mostly putting my cheeses through because it takes a lot less time. It actually takes 14 days from no stars to iridium, but we're getting a lot of gold stars. So to get from gold star to iridium star is actually 14 days. So you can see it takes a lot less for cheese. At this time, we obviously are going to be we're not having a ton of cheese because we don't have a whole lot of goats. We don't have a lot of animals that give us milk. But in the long run, we will have a lot more. So what I'll probably be doing is putting a lot more cheeses in as soon as we can, but get those wines started so they can start making good money for us. And it does make a pretty good difference on wine. So that kind of giving you a time frame there and why you haven't seen wines come out of there yet, and that's largely because they are starting out at no stars. And again, it takes 56 game days to go from no stars to iridium, which is what I'm going for. There's no reason to pull it out sooner than that. So it takes a long time, but it's worth it. Eventually we are going to be adding a whole bunch more casks to the cellar. As many as I can comfortably fit in there, but at this point there's no need. We don't have enough stuff to keep them going anyways, so it just takes time. In the meantime, we have other things that are making money. I want to come back down here and show you. I'm looking at my place where I'm going to put the next fish pond. It's going to go right next to that previous one. So we're just gonna, I wanted to look at our area here. Oh, looky there, a train is passing through Stardew Valley. Do we care? I'm not sure if we do or not. It seems like for some reason I've had the worst luck with the trains in Stardew Valleys on this playthrough. I would swear to you, in my previous one, I don't remember ever going up there and getting nothing. But it seems like about 75% of the time that we go up there, we get nothing, which is shocking to me. I don't know if that's a change in the game mechanics. I don't know if it's just simply bad luck or if I had good luck before. I really honestly don't know. But it really has been very discouraging, and so I'm starting to ignore the trains. It's like, what the heck? So we'll go ahead and come up here and see if it drops something. They often do, but for some reason I've just had bad luck. I have not confirmed that they've changed. If it changed, I know that there's been lots of changes in the game. I probably ought to send a post on the forums and ask Concerned Ape if that did change, if it's just my own perception, which is very likely that it's something that I don't remember. It happens. There's lots of things I don't remember. For my new subscribers, I do have a little bit of short-term memory loss, so I do forget things. And sometimes I'll repeat myself. I don't mean to. Sometimes I do mean to. But a lot of times I don't mean to. I'll leave it up to your interpretation. I'd rather not repeating things by accident. So once the train has passed, I run along here and I get really excited, and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Again, I don't get it. Oh my gosh. It's like I stopped at exactly what I was doing. I ran over there. It's like, fine. I'll just go see Robin instead and build another fish pond. Oh, how frustrating. That's okay. I was coming this way anyway, so it's not a big deal. Hello, Robin. We want to construct farm buildings, and you can scroll through the menu, see all the things that you can build. By the way, these cabins are they have a multiplayer that you could do. It's like only 4 people can play at a time, and I have absolutely no interest in doing that. There's lots of reasons why. I've kind of gotten away from multiplayer games over the years. So what we're doing is it's showing us where we can build it. And it's like, okay, I want to put it exactly lined up with that previous one. And boom, next fish pond on the way. Thank you, Robin. She's going to start on that tomorrow. It takes her 2 days. So that means we have 3 days to find seaweed and algae, 5 of each. I was looking here at these various people and their birthdays that I'm missing up. Eventually we'll be best friends with everyone. So it just takes time, and how you do that if you're new to Stardew Valley is you talk to people and you give them gifts that they love, hopefully, if you know them, or liked gifts. You try not to give them things that they don't like. And if you've watched previous 62 episodes, I have given poor Abigail multiple gifts that she hates. She's at the bottom of my friend list. She's kind of my nemesis. Someday maybe we'll make friends with her, but it's going to take a while. So follow along for that particular saga. As you can see, Vincent's birthday's in a couple of days. I don't know, we may have full friendships with Vincent. When you make friends with people, you don't lose those friendship points if you don't follow through with them. Hey, check this out. What the heck? Oh my gosh, it's a movie theater. The Junimos gave us a movie theater. It cost $1,000 for a ticket, and we can go see movies. Get your movie tickets here, give one to a friend, and bring them to the show. And it's like, okay, what's showing? The Brave Little Sapling is showing, an animated family comedy about a little sprout on a magical adventure to become a tree. Okay, what else is showing? And Journey of the Prairie King, the motion picture. That's coming soon, it says. So we now have a movie theater. And that junked up car or truck that was over here, it's now got a beautiful car parked there. It looks like a limousine. So look at that. That's what we got. That was the mystery bundle that we got. And instead of having a crummy old JojaMart, we now have a movie theater. So in the future, we will have to explore that movie theater, find out what that's about, go see a movie. I mean, that'd be fun. How fun is that? I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't remember this at all. So that was fun. One of the advantages of memory loss is that you're like, oh cool, I can experience that all over again, and it's all brand new. So, you know, as I mentioned before, it's just part of life. It's part of being a senior, and seems like in my family, anyway, I seem to get the most memory loss of everybody. I don't know why that is. Everybody else doesn't seem to be having as much an issue, but it's okay. It's a manageable thing. If it's things I need to remember, I make a list, and I'm a list maker of a magnitude that is crazy almost. My doctor assures me I'm not crazy though. So we had found these leeks, so that's cool. There's a lot of forageable items that you can only get in certain seasons, and so we are saving those strawberries, and I'd love to go plant them along the edges of our area. And then I remembered, look at that, we had a coffee bean that we got in the mine one day. Well, we need to go plant that coffee bean. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I totally forgot when I was pulling the seeds out to go plant. I couldn't believe that I forgot that. So I was like, well, holy moly, where are we going to put that coffee bean? You can only plant it in the spring unless you plant it inside your house. That's exactly what I did. I'm planting that seed right in my house. So there you go. Right by the front door, we're going to have a coffee plant, which will be convenient. If we ever get a coffee machine, I think we can get one. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So all of our beautiful oak trees. We've got our beautiful pond down there and another pond coming up. It's like, okay. And just kind of looking at other things. Like, I don't know what else I want to make right now. Back very early on, I mentioned that I would be creating an area to grow fiber. And fiber creates, you can use fiber to make grass starter. And what I use grass starter for is my areas where my animals are eating. I want to make sure that they have plenty of fresh grass. So what I end up doing is I kind of filter them through my two different fields. So when they eat the grass up pretty much in one field, then I'll move them to the other field on the other side, and I'll plant grass starter on the other side, so it kind of fills in faster. It kind of fills in by itself if I leave it alone, but if I put grass starter there, then it kind of fills up much faster. So I grabbed the sap and the clay. Remember, we've talked about things that you ought to save because you don't know when you're going to need them. This is an exact example of that. So the sap and the clay and the mixed seeds make fiber seeds. So I'm making as many as I can. I don't remember. It looks like I need some more sap, so I'm going to go get more. I don't remember how many seeds I need for that area to grow at this point. And so I actually went back through my notes. I use Microsoft OneNote to keep track of things that I don't want to forget. And I do keep track of seeds. So once I get my planting area figured out, my it's like my forever planting area, which I don't have yet, then I know how many seeds I need of my main crop, of what I call my secondary crop. I know how much fertilizer I need for the season, and then I make lists of the seeds that I want that to grow on a regular basis. So for instance, spring right now, my main crop is cauliflower. My secondary crop, or what I call my secondary crop, is strawberries, which grows on the outside edges. Also, rhubarb will grow on the outside edges. And anyways, I've made lists of all that stuff. Well, the fiber area that I'm creating over here, it's going to need 108 seeds to be able to grow it out fully. So I was just seeing how much I can make of what I had. I just used up all of my mixed seeds. I've used up all, and I got over 200 and almost 300 fiber seeds. So I'm going to clear this area down to the right of where the oak trees are currently growing, and that's going to be my fiber growing area. Interesting thing about that is that your fiber can grow year round, so that's kind of cool. And so I'm just going to clear this area out completely. I'm going to knock these trees down. You can see I don't like to knock down seedlings, but we're going to do it anyway so that we can plant this whole area with our fiber seeds. And interestingly, they don't need to be watered, so that's kind of cool. You just plant them and they grow, and that's a great way if you're going to feed, if you want to have fresh grass available for your animals. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll always have plenty of it. My previous play, I did have, once my barn was filled up, once my barn was filled up, later on in game, there's another really fun animal that we don't have access to right now that I just absolutely adored. So I went ahead and made another, I think it's a coop that it needs to grow in. So that's another field of grass that we need. You can see me using my it's my golden hoe. Eventually we're going to upgrade that to iridium quality. Since we're getting the iridium ore now, we're going to be much more easily able to much more easily upgrade our tools because we'll have the ore now. But you can see that how much quicker this would be rather than one hole at a time. It doesn't knock sprinklers or your walkways. So look at how quickly how that did. And it took a lot less energy as well. So, and it does take energy, but not a whole lot. So we're making these beautiful growing areas, and just look at this. And this will be our fiber area forever. So I'm really excited that this is starting to come together, that our planting areas are coming together. The whole farm is starting to come together. There's obviously a lot, because you can tell there's nothing on left of those trees. We've got all those mushroom trees that are growing wild and crazy. So we do have a lot of work to do, but that's okay. We're in no rush at all. So we're just doing it a piece at a time, a little at a time as we get to it. And so I'm so excited to be able to plant all this beautiful fiber seeds. And so that's very exciting. And I mean, we've managed by harvesting fiber from cutting down weeds and things like that, and we've been saving it, but now we're going to be able to mass produce fiber ourselves. So that's very exciting. And you can see all these seeds. Oh, look at that. So I just planted 108 seeds. So from now on we'll know, because I made a note of how many I planted. So next time I plant them, I don't have any guesswork in it. So I again, Microsoft OneNote is one of the best tools that I've been able to find for me for keeping track of notes, of game notes. And it's a free software program, so I highly recommend it. And that's what I've been using for many years, and it keeps me organized and sane. But I also use it in my real life too. But in my gaming life, any game that needs to have notes, that's what I use. So I just made a note when I planted those. I counted how many did I have when I started, how many did I have when I finished, and the answer is I need 808 seeds to plant my little field over there. So awesome. So like I said, I'm really happy about things. Look at this. My I forget what those are called, blue jazz flowers. Whenever we get our next honey, it'll say blue jazz honey. So this is awesome that they finally matured now. So I'm really happy with how things are moving along and making good progress as we go. And of course, we're going to keep that charcoal kiln cranking along for the coal that we need, and of course our metal bars that we need to make in the furnaces. And I noticed, I was so excited, look at this, more iridium ore. That was 3. I don't know what the minimal amount it does, but you can get up to 8. And look at that, we're already at 6, and we just made a whole bunch, and we have 5 bars in our inventory. So it starts cranking along fast, which is good because we need a lot of iridium ore. And so it's great that we are producing it. So thank you so much, Grandpa. He's the one who gave us that wonderful item. So this is going to be the end of our day and the end of our episode. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It helps YouTube like me better. Plus, it lets me know I'm doing something that other people find interesting or valuable and keeps me going. So thank you so much for all of my subscribers. I do appreciate you. But really, the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.